Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning thus far. It is your girl Tanisha. Your name is Inspiration here with another episode of Morning Inspiration with Friends. And I'm excited for today's topic. We started yesterday talking about using our gifts to start a side hustle. And like I said before, said it last week, said it yesterday, we got to start getting prepared for this, right? We really do. Things are changing in the world, and it never hurts to just say, I have something a little extra somewhere. So today I want to talk about turning a passion of yours, something that you're passionate about, or even something that you have been through, that you have gone through, and turning that into a digital product that is going to not only pay you but also serve the community, serve your community, because we all have a different community that we serve. And once we start thinking like that, like people out here, they need something. I am going to make myself available. I think I'm just going to keep saying that. I have to make myself available in order to serve other people. And so the first thing, hold on one second. So the first thing that, always comes to my mind, I think about myself, what I've been through, right? I've been through fin- uh, dealing with financial loss or being at a negative, and also dealt with two miscarriages. So those are things that you can create some type of digital product. But let's go back real quick. What is a digital product? Right? A digital product is a product that you can create and then you can sell it. And the person who is purchasing it, your buyers, they can just download it. They don't have to wait for the mail. They don't have to wait for anything. They can just download it, and they can have immediate access to your product. Where and think about ebooks, right? Ebooks are digital products, and so when I was thinking about how can I start doing how can I personally start doing digital products? This was back in, I think my first digital product was probably like 2016. Um, no, technically 2014, because 2014 is when I wrote my first book, and my first book has to be formatted for digital. So I technically created my first ebook in 2014. But like just regular digital products, probably like 2016, and I've been making them over the years. So that means ebooks. Let me show you on my screen, right? So let me see. Can y'all see this? So this is a digital wallpaper, right? I made this. My community actually got a copy of this for free. I've sold my digital wallpapers on Etsy at one time. I think it's still on Etsy, and various ebooks. I started to do interactive ebooks so that people who are trying to, as they're not just reading, good morning, Paula, how are you? They're not just reading, they're able to click a link, watch a video. So I'm able to speak to them, through audio or through video in my ebook. So there's different ways. Journals, I've done digital journals. I've done ebooks that were interactive. So my students were, people who purchased, not say my students, but they were actually able to like fill in those digital products. There is really no limit to what you can do with digital products if you find it purposeful, and if you find an audience that is going to find it purposeful. I will always say try it, and it's really low stakes. And one thing I did do, if you go to the description, I put a video that I did back in 2023, and I spoke about PayHip, and I believe it's Canva. And right, yes, me too. I'm excited for this journey in June too. So so that video I did this on YouTube Live, and I spoke about the digital products, how to make money through digital products, and show them how to use how to house it, right? So I think that's like one of the hardest part for a lot of people. It's like, how do I house this? How do I sell this digital product? You know, a lot of people don't want to go out and pay for a domain and build a website. And you really don't have to. Like, you really don't have to do that. So if you go to that video, you'll get a lot of knowledge of how to get started. But stay tuned this week because y'all know I'm gonna have something for you at the end of the week. But I already have a lot of this already out there. So you can just watch those videos, and it's like 41 minutes. And I walk you through, I screen share, so you're actually like able to see how to start, how to set things up and things of that nature. But I want to really talk about, you know, how we can get this started. You know, and I think that a lot of times the clients that I have worked with over the years when it comes to this type of topic is that most people cannot think beyond the physical or the surface level, right? So I think it was when 2025, 2023, I did a master class for service providers. So therapists, life coaches, wellness coaches. And these were people that were doing either in person or one on ones. And they just, that's all that they did. And so when I approached them, I'm like, well, do you have any digital products? Because the reality is everyone cannot afford coaching packages, right? Everyone cannot afford coaching, therapy. They cannot afford this, right? So I always say if you can give your audience an alternative that can still help them, you're helping them, but you're not helping them one on one, that is still a win for everyone, right? I always hate when I used to do, and again, I started life coaching in 2013. Yeah. 2013 when I started life coaching. I wish someone would have told me, you know what, Tanisha, create a digital product so that the people that cannot afford the one-on-one coaching or even the group coaching, they might be able to pay $7 for a digital ebook or a digital workbook that you put together to help guide them through their journey, right? So I have to help people to look at, well, how can I do this? How can I create a digital product? Because I don't know what to give them. Everyone already has it. So I need you to once, this is not even a part of my list. One, don't worry about what's already out there. You can take a look and see what's already out there, but don't worry that, oh, well, it's already oversaturated. People don't know your voice. They don't know you yet. And we want them to get to know you, and we want them to have access to you, even if they cannot afford to pay you hundreds and thousands of dollars if you are in that service provider realm. So the first thing is that if you already are a service provider and you know have any kind of business, you're doing the work. So now we just got to find something that you're doing that people tend to often ask you questions about, and you're going to now package it in a way that is going to allow that person to just go to a place like a PayHip or a stand store and say, hey, um, I want to purchase this, and they pay $7, $5. Now let me show y'all because I want y'all to fully have an understanding. And how can I show y'all without showing my all my figures? Hold on, because I have my PayHip open. So oh yes, look at my store. We're gonna make this a little interactive. Let me share my screen, and I'm gonna show you all the different types of digital products I have sold over the years. Ba, ba, ba. Let's start sharing that real quick. All right, so let me go to my stand store. My stand store has 2 or 3 products. So I have already done a digital product for men and women um, that for self love, and I created that 2023. I did a lot in 2023 besides moving. All right, so let's go here. So when you go to just this stand store only has a few. So we have here 7 days of self-love affirmation, right? This is something that they would just quickly come to. They can read the description. What is it about? Right. So this one is 32 pages, colorful workbook. It works great on your iPads, your tablets, your cell phones, or your computers, and people can just go right here and they can just purchase it. And when they get to the next screen will have where they will be able to go ahead and have access to it. Very simple, very easy. Now, Stand Store, there is a free version, but I do believe that most of their packages do come with some type of um fee, right? So you see down here it says 14 days free. That's why I like PayHip better. So PayHip has more of my digital products than Stand Store. I just tried Stand Store for a particular, I forgot why I tried it. And then here I have like my ebooks. I have an ebook about the different ways that you can make money online, like the different 5 different apps that will help you to make money, right? So again, you put your name, put your email, you pay, and then you will go right there, and it will allow you to purchase and get the access to that ebook. So these are the kind of ebooks that I create. Again, it's about what is it that you have access to, what is it that you have expertise in that people would find valuable. Um, right? Ironically, I went to Five Below. Oops, I went to Five Below, right? And this is a little crochet kit that they have. And I know someone who crochets really well. And I had told them, I was like, yo, you should do like a digital product. And people were like, they were like, what are you talking about? Like, again, my mind works different. So I want people to understand that. Like my mind works very different. I see what other people don't see, right? Most people do not see, well, how can I take making doing something with crocheting can have anything to do with a digital product. Well, a lot of people don't know the difference between crocheting and what is that? Knitting. That right there is a digital product doesn't have to be hundreds and thousands of pages, right? Stop thinking about the books that we buy in Barnes and Nobles. Think about just the information. How many people know the difference between crocheting and knitting? I'm gonna be honest. Up until last year, I did not know the difference. Right? I've always seen people, and then I realized, okay, oh yeah, two people, one person has two, and then one has one. Oh, and then you can go even into depth about the different materials that you can use. There's a lot of different ways that you can spend this, but again, a lot of times people don't see that, right? You see people all day, go on Facebook, go on Instagram. Someone is out here selling some type of digital product, whether it's about social media ads, it's about building your community, it's about side hustles, writing a book, editing a book, using Canva, using Chat GPT. People are out here creating and sharing knowledge to an audience that is looking for it. You just have to know how to package it and present it, right? I have helped beauticians, right? Beauticians, there's a lot of information out there that we just do not know as consumers when it comes to our hair, how to maintain it in between. You can do so many different things. The other thing that I like about digital products is that they allow your gift to go a lot further, right? So many times, you think about people who are only catering or they're attempting to only cater to their community, right? The people that's right there around them and no one else. And it's like, no, how do you think I got my first coaching client in Saudi Arabia? I had a coaching client back in 2015. He lived in Saudi Arabia and he wanted lifestyle coaching. And he started because he purchased one of my digital products. It was like one of the first ones. I don't even think I have access to that document, not unless I still have it on one of my flash drives. But he started with a digital product, purchased it. It was like $7. Seven is usually the lucky number if you don't notice that. $7, and then he went on and he was like, you know what? I want to work with you further. And he made that investment to work with me one-on-one with coaching, right? It can also open up doors. But look how far I was able to work. And that was because of a digital product. Also, you have access to, you also will be able to so the other part is that you have access to reaching people further. But the good part is that you have access to reaching people when you're sleeping. Now, that's the highlight. That's what we call passive income, right? So digital products is a form of passive income if you set it up correctly. And I remember waking up one day one morning and having like 7 sales. No, it was, I'm lying, but like 5 sales. 5 people had purchased 2 of my different digital products. And it felt good to wake up. Now, I didn't wake up to thousands of dollars, but again, imagine if we keep putting some kind of effort behind these things on a consistent basis, whether we are just promoting it on our social media or we're actually making an investment and we're paying for ads. How many times can you wake up and you can have people just purchasing and downloading and you didn't have to do anything, right? You may have a sales page, maybe you did a video and you put that video up, and that video, that's the only interaction that they had. You were over there in your bed in la la land, and them people found value and they said, oh, I like this, and now they're going to download and purchase your digital product. The bonus would be is that if we set things up properly, then we can get some follow up, right? Typically, you can get them into something different. But again, if you just want them to just get this basic information, I just need everyone to know this. That's how I want everyone to think. I want everyone to have this information about fill in the blank. And then you can go right from there and now start to create you some type of digital product. And oh, the other thing is that you can also create courses. So that's also something that I do. Like I said yesterday, I do have a course to teach you about this. But I'm not pushing that because I want you to get a full understanding. Because by the time we have this conversation by Friday, I want you to be able to say, okay, you know what? I think I have an idea. Because the ultimate goal for that particular course that I created is for you to walk away at the end of that course when you are finished that course. Because this is a self-paced course. I'm not talking about the courses that, we're logging in at the same time. No, you purchase this course, you get access to it. It's yours until the course is available, and you're able to now walk away with the information and actions, because I basically guide you through how to do all of this in that particular course. So that's just something that I want you to think about, right? What is it something that you can truly package together, make available on a website like Payhip or Stand Store if you have the investment, that you can advertise on your social media and can ultimately make money with ease and reach people not even in your own country, in other countries. Like that's a beautiful thing. And the last thing is that you don't have to be an expert. Everyone doesn't have to be an expert. Everyone doesn't have to be a teacher, just like I said yesterday. And I stress that because too often I meet people that tell me, well, Tanisha, I'm not a teacher like you. People are not going to listen to me because I'm not on social media. I know a lot of people out here who are making a couple of hundreds, if not a couple of thousands of dollars a month. They don't go live, right? They are just out here busting out these digital products and they're promoting them out their behinds, and people are buying them. And like I said, they're not going live. I go live because this is what I love to do, because this is what God puts on my heart to do. I don't do this because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I can make a sale. Because if you notice, only thing that I promote every day is my community. And even I don't promote that as hard, which I know God, I need to do better. Right. But people are they're not looking for the expert, but they're looking for the person that they can relate to. And this is where I say, take your passion or take something that you have gone through and help other people by creating these digital products. So I used to be on a radio station. It was a radio show. It was called Miscarriage Matters. It was for a community of women and men that have gone through miscarriages and they needed support. And I remember there was a young lady. She had a show, and she had created a digital product, an ebook for women that had gone through multiple miscarriages, right? And I remember that because it was like, wow, like I never thought about creating an ebook for women that had a miscarriage. And just having conversations later on in the years, I was on a webinar with Neo Davis, and Neo had mentioned something very similar, like just take something that you're passionate about, that you've gone through, that you can help a community. And it made me Google, like, how many books are out there about miscarriages? How many books are out there to help people that have gone through miscarriages? And you started seeing a lot of other like digital products. So these are things that people are seeking. right? As a person that have gone through a miscarriage, I know that there's, when I went through it the first time, I wasn't thinking about looking for help. But the second time, it was really devastating because it was the ectopic pregnancy. It was the fetus was in my fallopian tube. I ended up losing one of my fallopian tubes. That was devastating. I needed some type of guidance to help me go through that healing process. And I was able to find something online, and I was able to use that to help me navigate that. Think about someone out there right now. You're going through something, and it doesn't have to be as traumatic as a miscarriage, but it could be anything. People are literally struggling with so many different things that all of us can have the ability to say, you know what, I've been through this. Let me show you what I've gone through. Let me show you what I have experienced. Let me tell you what my research has given me. And then you can package that and you can help somebody else. At the end of the day, it is about money, but it's not about money, right? It's about helping. It's about helping someone else, because think about, if you went through that, did you have someone to go through that with? I know I didn't. I mean, my the first miscarriage, I definitely didn't have my boyfriend with me because he was not supportive. So I went through that by myself. So I think about women like that. I think about the women that are in relationships with unsupportive men. That is not a very healthy place. It's not a good place to be in, but it's our reality until we change it. And so I wanted to create something that's going to help them, because you know what? They don't have a supportive partner. That is a whole, that could be an ebook, that could be journal prompts, that could be a digital journal. I wouldn't say a course. No, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't make that in. That would be weird to make that into a course. I mean, no, I could probably swing that one. I have to really think, flush through all of those ideas. But I just want you to see, like, this is why people are looking for everyday people to say, hey, I wouldn't mind, supporting. It's about how we sell it, right? It's about how we position it, how we make it make sense, right? Are we being transparent, and are we structuring it correctly? Because I remember the first digital product that I made. I always laugh about this one. The first one that I made, they had to pay me through PayPal, so they had to pay me an invoice, and then I had to email them. And that was just a lot of work, a lot of time. And so I was really happy, when other websites started to open up and make it easier. And that's, like I said, I like PayHip because PayHip is free. There is a processing fee, I think about 5% processing fee for them. And then you also got to pay the processing fee for, I think it's either Stripe or yes, for Stripe. That's fine, right? If you have a computer, you don't have to get Microsoft Word. You can go right ahead to Google. Google is free. Almost everyone has a Google email address. So if you have a Google email address and you have access to Google Docs, go ahead and create. Another tip is that you can also, one of my first ebooks, I did it as Google Slides, just to make it a little bit more creative, because I'm like, I don't want to just have like words on a blank piece of paper. Like, even though I'm not that creative as far as like colors and stuff, but I know that I can do a little bit more. And so I did it in Google Slides. Make that into a PDF, upload that, and there you go. That was another ebook. And I actually got that idea from someone who I purchased an ebook about writing a book. Right. I think she had created an ebook about how to get started to tell your own story. And I thought that was unique. Like, oh, she used slides instead of just using the regular Word document. And if you have the money, if you already have access, you can also use Canva, right? Canva, I have created. So the ebook that I showed you with the 7 days for self-love, those two ebooks were created in Canva. And those are interactive because when you open it up, you're going to see tabs because it's 7 days. So you'll be able to go on your device and just press day 3 and go to day 3. You got your prompt, and then you have the lines. So you can take, if you have the iPad pen, you can go ahead, you can write into it, or you can go onto your computer and you can like put the cursor and then you can type into it, or you can just print it out and you can write in it, right? And that's the good part. A digital product, especially like journals, you can save it and you can do a save as, and then you can reuse it. So they're not having to. They may not be coming back to buy it multiple times, which is fine. But you can have people can have access to this tool, and they can utilize it over and over as much as they need it. I'm just saying, the sky is the limit, right? And we have to just look at it from a different and a bigger standpoint. So I don't, like I said, everyone. I mean, I've seen real estate. I used to be MG the mortgage guy's moderator. MG has digital products. He has ebooks. Um, he even did a real estate / mortgage vocabulary book, right? Where he have all of these terminologies that I don't know if he has that available anymore, but I know I got a copy of it. And it has all of these terminologies. That is an ebook that he was able to sell. And again, it doesn't have to be like big numbers. People out here selling those the digital wallpapers. I saw those digital wallpapers for 99 cents on Etsy. It's really not that complicated, right? I could sit here for like an hour, create something, download it as a PNG or a PDF, go on to Etsy if I want to, and upload it. I can go over to PayHip and I can upload it. And you can use like Chat GPT to help you create the descriptions. You're not really big on that. You're like, I don't know, and so that's why I'm saying, like, the offer I'm gonna give you, you're literally gonna get walked through, because I walk you through everything. How to use Chat GPT to create those digital product descriptions, right? And being able to, because people want to see this, they want to be able to read, like, what is this? PayHip does allow you to have, you can do it with a preview, right? So if you really want to give them a free page, you can download one single page of your book or of your digital workbook, and you can upload it, and now people can see, what the digital product looks like. Get a taste of it. It's so many different ways to do it. So I do encourage you to start thinking about it. Don't worry about which field you're in. Every field can have an ebook. If a college can have thousands of courses every semester and think about departments. Some departments will have multiple courses that students can take related to the same topic. We can do the same exact thing. We just got to start thinking bigger. We got to start thinking, start expanding, right? Sometimes we try to loop these big thoughts together, and sometimes we can just make them smaller, right? Smaller entities. Everything doesn't have to be one big production, because the goal for me and for I want to help other people is for people to get through it. A lot of people not getting through 300 pages. And so if we can get them through 7, right? So those 7 days, if we can get them through 7 days, we're doing good, right? So 7 days might be 14 pages. And if we can get someone through 14 pages and be successful, or they're successful, then you're winning. So it's just kind of like how you look at things. But I want you to start looking at that and start reflecting. So of course I do have a prompt for y'all. So before we head out, so what's something I've been through that I learned or I love doing that I can turn into a digital product to help someone else? Think big. Don't think too small. Look at every aspect, right? And I'm telling you, stick with me this week. You're going to walk away with some ideas, okay? So I am here every morning, Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. Thursdays, we do Throwback Thursdays. Those Thursdays message is going to be the video that is linked below. That's going to be Thursday's message. I'm trying to like reinforce this into your minds. And so you can also connect with me. I'm going to learn about my books, some of my digital products. You can go find out about some of my courses that I already have created. You can go to my link tree and you can check me out over there, my community as well. But yeah, I want us to really start thinking about this. So yesterday's, if you didn't go, or if you wasn't here yesterday, check out yesterday's message. Yesterday's message, we spoke about taking your gift and making it into a side hustle, right? And we spoke about very not just all side hustles. We didn't talk about Uber Eats and all that other stuff. That is a version of side hustles, and I do support those. But I want us to get focused on using our gifts. When we use our gifts, it's going to make room for us. When we use our gifts, we're helping and we're serving other people. And then today we just spoke about how to take and turn these passions into digital products, which can ultimately help us to serve and to make passive income. So I'm just here to educate and to give you knowledge. And if there's something that you're not figuring out, you can hit me up, DM me on Instagram. Let's have a conversation. Consultations and coaching will be coming back for 101, but we'll talk more about that. And again, next week will be all pre-recorded videos. Next week I'm taking a break, right? I've been doing pretty good, really good. So next week we're gonna take a break from live, but we're still gonna have content, right? There's gonna still be materials in some older episodes that we did in the beginning. So the finances, right? Healing our finances. This is all that we're talking about. June is about finances. I don't know why God put this on my heart, but June is about favor and it's about finances. Favor and finances, right? And so when we operate in our purpose and we're doing the things that God is telling us to do, there will be favor that follows. And I truly believe that. So stay with your girl, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central. Have an amazing day on purpose, with purpose. And I am going to one more time put up this because I want you to get serious. Really lean into this prompt this afternoon, this day today, so that you can really have those conversations with God about like what could I start working with, working on that can help somebody else right now, in the next 30 days, right? I'll give you 30 days. I'm not gonna say it could be done it could be done in 7. It can. But I'm gonna give you 30 days because it does take time to process and to start getting those ideas, going for yourself as well. But yeah, talk to y'all later. Have an amazing day. Have a great day on purpose, with purpose. I love you. Be well, and we'll talk soon.